Rebecca Bloomfield.
Katie Hepton.
Dylan McBride.
We chose to use both a male and female character in Strategy as it appealed to a wider audience and not just one gender. The main character is in fact female and also an anti-hero, our film's leading USP. Not only does it challenge the norm of using male protagonists in the dystopian genre, but it also challenges props character theory, as the main character is very rarely an anti-hero. Common dystopian elements found in our narrative include our totalitarian government, who act as the film's antagonists, and also the overall fight for survival. However, whilst most films end with the protagonist winning, Strategy concludes with the death of the rebels and victory for our anti-hero following her betrayal. We believe this is an important ending as it's uncommon and will be a memorable conclusion, but it also reflects real life in that people do not always get what they want by rebelling. Overall, I believe we have been successful in creating a film which uses common genre conventions and uncommon postmodern ideas side by side.
The 3 locations we used were very different from each other. We wanted to film in a secluded area that was run down to show the damage of the city because of the riots, and also to show how cut off the characters are from the world. We wanted to show an industrial part of the city because that keeps within the theme of dystopia. Dark run-down colours were used for the character to wear to show how long it's been since proper civilization, and when the characters wear run-down colours, it brings a more sombre feel to the trailer. During the pod scene, we wanted to have a cold feel, so we had quite low lighting. We had to put cling film on top of the bath to make it look like she was sealed in. We also put headphone wires and put tape on her arm to look like she was wired up to machines. We got inspiration for this from The Matrix, when the character Neo wakes up attached to the wires from a pod.
The soundtrack of our trailer was selected out of a few scores of music. The connotations we were going for was eerie and suspenseful. We thought Zombie Hoodoo worked the best because it wasn't scary or frantic, but more dark and eerie. This brought completely different feelings to our trailer. When we placed this track over the visual trailer, it didn't seem to have much to it, and didn't leave people excited or wanting to see more. We had to speed up the pace and add more to it towards the end. Added sound effects such as barking dogs and helicopters flying over. This contributed to the regimented Big Brother feeling of it. The sound of the riot footage was a hard decision for us because we couldn't tell if it just sounded really out of place and wrong, or if it was piercing and shocking. I think the fact we left it in adds another postmodern experimental twist to the trailer. Constructing our titles wasn't a tough job. We created a couple of series of title cards and thought the one we chose was better because it sounded more sophisticated and concealed. The title cards themselves contain a visual effect of icy steam floating around. This backed up the theme of cryogenics in the film.
When planning our trailer, we knew that we wanted to use common elements and conventions found in the dystopian genre, but also include postmodern elements to challenge these. One attempt at this was by using time remapping to show our protagonist walking through a puddle, used to symbolise disruption as his shoe splashes through the water. Similarly, we have used other shots to represent our narrative in this way. The close-up on our false hero's eyes opening helps to indicate narrative disruption, denoting a shift in equilibrium. Having a shot this close also feels more personal and singles her out as being an important character. In our editing, we have used glitch transitions between some shots to symbolise the totalitarian government, telling the audience that technology plays a large part in this society and that it's similar to Big Brother in that everyone is under surveillance. A blue tint is used over much of the footage, giving it a cold and desolate feel, which ties in with our narrative, linking with the idea that the citizens have been stored in a cryogenic facility. Black and white is used in our tilt-shift shots of the city, another postmodern element to suggest CCTV but also make it stand out as being the past.